when you have no food, no electricity, no water supply, what do you have to do? If people do not die from bombs and shellings, they will start starving.
All the Ukrainians are hell united, like we feel that we are one nation, really.
Today in house of my parents, they two missiles. My parents alive. It's all right.
Churches are being bombed. Like, what the hell has to bomb a church? Like hospitals, churches.
Help our people, and we're proud that we are Ukrainians.
And we have Putin, who wants to make Ukrainians part of Russia, but Ukrainians say, "Go fuck yourself. We don't want to be Russians."
But
Ryan, I'm sorry for interrupting, but can you hear this?
I hear it.
Yeah.
As soon as it touches our freedom, Ukrainians are eager to protect. And most people, like me included, like I'm safe in Western Ukraine, but I have this next to me. If shit happens, I will kill.
When Russia started its aggression 8 years ago, I lost everything and I was 18 years old. So I was so young and I can't do anything. Now I'm 25. So now I want to do everything that I can. Even I need to kill people, I will do it because I want to protect my country and my home.
And I think about Russia, we're scared. In Ukraine, you're together and we support each other. So you can win. We cannot win because we stay and scare and do nothing. So guys, I hope you can win. I believe in you.
My heart is heavy for Ukraine right now, and I feel connected to slackliners around the world. We call it our Slack family. And right now we have a bunch in Ukraine. And so we were lucky enough to get over a dozen Ukrainian slackliners on a Zoom call, sharing their feelings, their fears, who's fighting, who had to flee, what they had to leave behind. It gets heavy. And if you want entertaining break tests, we've got hundreds of those. That's not what this video is, and I'm warning you now. And I don't even know how long this will be on the internet. And I do ask that you be respectful in the comments. We also had a couple Russian slackliners join on the call, and I think it's also very valuable to hear their insight. I wanted to hear from people, normal civilians, who are on the ground dealing with the consequences of war. There's no call to action. There's no donate button after this. This is just, I think it's just important to understand if we can't do anything about it. A lot of us felt helpless, and I like to build up the community here on this channel. And I think it's not always fun and games, and our community is hurting in Ukraine, and this is their story. So please be respectful in the comments. So I tried to edit down this Zoom call to be as watchable as possible without cutting out anybody's thoughts or feelings. And so sit back and just soak in what some people around the world that we share a passion with are going through.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
You sound busy.
Yeah, a bit. I'm happy that we are here and we are talking. I think it's important.
Yeah, I think so. Do you want to share some stuff first?
Yeah, like the main idea. I just want to share like the main idea because some guys asked me previously, like, what is the purpose of this meeting? And I think it's important. So I think like Slackline community should know the real situation in Ukraine, what is going on right now. And I think all of us, like, Ukrainian slackliners from different cities can say something, can share something. And I think it's important. I'm right now in Kyiv. What I can say about myself. I'm working with such kind of organization which supports our army, and not only, but the main goal is our army.
So I have a couple questions.
Yep.
I know what I've seen on the news. I don't know if you know what I've seen on the news. I'm curious if it's true. So Russia's coming in from all these different sides, and right now the focus is Kyiv, and they have a big traffic jam full of big bad vehicles trying to come in to Kyiv, and you guys have given them hell and are stopping them. Is this narrative accurate so far?
Yep, it is.
Is it getting better? I don't know if better is the right word, but are you guys doing well?
I think from this point, I hope my friends will add something. Like I can say about Kyiv now, right now, I'm in the center of Kyiv, and in the center, it's quite okay. I mean, we don't, as for now, just right now, I don't hear any like sounds of bombs, rockets, etc. But in other districts, it is going on right now. But so Kyiv, as for now, it's pretty okay. But in other cities are not so good, like as Kyiv. It's not so good situation. Like in Chernihiv, it's on the north from Kyiv. That's why if Chernihiv will fall down, the next definitely will be Kyiv. Kyiv will not fall down. I mean, it will be like the next city.
I'm Natalie. I'm from Ukraine. Right now, I'm in Ukraine, but in the western part. In a couple of simple sentences, there are difficulties in northern part and southern part of the country, why residential buildings and areas are being bombed. And what is worse, sometimes, I mean, they are not specifically targeted, but they are aired, they are striked. What is worse, hospitals are being striked. And it's the lowest level of humanity to strike hospitals. The difficult situations are in the eastern part of the country because the city of Mariupol is surrounded by Russian forces, and they do not allow humanitarian aid to enter the city. So if people start like when you have no food, no electricity, no water supply, what do you have to do? I mean, if people do not die from bombs and shellings, they will start starving or doing other bad things, which is not a normal way of life. People in the western part, things are pretty okay, but because like we're closer to European borders, and in here, everything is, people are doing a lot of volunteering work by collecting humanitarian aid and by sending it to different cities that are already damaged, such as Kharkiv, Kyiv, Chernihiv. What is one of the most difficult things for me to comprehend is random bombing, for example, in Zhytomyr. It is a small city, like it's small. It is western than Chernihiv, but again, it was building not in the military units, but in the residential buildings. Sirens sounding every couple of hours. So it's already normal to go to bed, knowing that you may go to your basement at any point of time. And it is worse, it is on the whole country, because aerial missiles may strike anywhere they want. We want to close the sky because if accidentally Putin decides to kill Ukrainians and strike different cities, he will do it easily in a couple of minutes.
If they close the skies, does that mean other countries have to protect the skies or does that mean Ukraine can protect their own skies?
It's up to negotiation, because basically closing the sky literally means that no air missile is allowed to cross the sky over the certain territory. This is something that was done in Lebanon, in Israel. However, something like one of the reasons why NATO doesn't want to allow to do this is they have to protect the sky, but NATO aircraft, we can do it on our own, and we have enough weaponry to protect it, but we cannot do it right now because we are not allowed to. Ukrainians still trying to do everything according to international rules of war. I know it sounds strange, but there are different how to take hostages, when to attack, what to do. And as long as we don't have a right to close the sky to air every single missile that's in this air, we will not do it. Even though it's usually costly because residential areas are bombed, not only military units.
So you guys are trying to play by the rules, and Russia is not playing by the Russian military is not playing by the rules.
This is what we are seeing. I mean, lucky I haven't seen any Russian in Western Ukraine, but what we hear on the news and what my friends are saying, churches are being bombed. What the hell has to bomb a church? Hospitals, churches. I don't know if they do it on purpose, But for example, bombing in the center of Kharkiv, the main administrative building, like the city hall,
Yeah.
They did it on purpose, uh, just to destroy the city. Is it a military unit? Are there soldiers in there? They were just a couple of administrative workers. Ukrainians, like, we receive a lot of help and support from different, like, countries in the West, especially like humanitarian aid and weapons. And we are fine with this, but the problem is that when Russians don't play by the rules, what do we have to do? One of the most terrible situations happened in the city next to Kyiv. It's called Kyiv, when Russians came to one of the block posts, like, to go to Kyiv, and they were dressed like Ukrainian police officers. As soon as they approached, the guards on the post thought it were police, so they just shot at everyone and killed a couple of people, like 10 people are dead. Is it according to the rules? Of course not, because they were not under their own uniform. But who cares? They just wanted to kill. And this is getting worse because Russian army do not have enough food, supplies. It's really cold. It's like getting like -degrees at night. So they will become less civilized.
Guys, may I add some, I think, important information. I'm not sure that even Ukrainians heard about it. I mean, maybe some of them, but not all. I mean, today I got a call from my friend from Chernihiv, and there's really very difficult situation. What is actually going on? It's not only about bombing, but they can't leave the city. And if you will ask why, because Russian troops, they by the planes, by using the planes, they put mines from the sky on the, let's say, the main road, like the circle road around Chernihiv. So the mayor of Chernihiv told to citizens that it's very dangerous to leave the city. And I mean, it's truthful information, like 100. And also, what is the thing that our troops, they didn't have choice, so they also put like different mines on the bridges, but it's just to protect the city from the Russian militaries. So I think it's one of the most difficult situations. I mean, in big cities in Ukraine, as for now. I just wanted to add this.
Has anyone had to leave their home yet?
For me, war started from 2014 because I'm from Donbass. I'm from Lugansk. It's a city of the east of Ukraine. So in 2014, Russian starts to aggression to do there. But 8 years ago, we don't have enough power to take war with them. So our president like give these territories, and now they're not Russian, not Ukrainian. They're like LNR or DNR. Maybe you hear about it. It's like except cities. They don't in other country. So they started there, and 8 years we can't do anything with them. So I left my home first time 8 years ago. After that, I moved to Kharkiv on the east of Ukraine, and now I need to move again because in Kharkiv it's really was bad situation. So now I am on the west Ukraine. Now I am safe, but I left my home 2 times. So first time it was in 8 years ago, and now I do it again. So I lost my home in 8 years ago, so now I don't have anything, and now I do it again. So for me, war started 8 years ago, and it takes so long time. But this time they started to do bombing to all of the country. If before they do only like little part, but now it was all of the country. So that's biggest problem. So we can't do anything.
Ryan, if you want to ask something more, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to share what your guys' stories were. The real people that we all share a common thread with. Don't know how to support you guys other than having this conversation, sharing it with people. And I appreciate you guys talking with me. I don't usually follow political stuff like ever at all. And so this is like very, very interesting. I check every couple hours what's going on there because I realized I've been to Kyiv before. I have friends there. It's like it feels more real to me because I've been there. Being in Kyiv, have you seen bombings? And how are you helping the military there?
Like what? How the bomb? No, not actually the bomb. It was a plane, and our troops, how to say, shot it. Yeah, shut it down in the sky. While me, my friend, and my brother, we were in the flat, and it was like quite like 4 a.m. and we saw it, how it was blowing in the sky, like in front of our house. Yeah. So yeah, I may say I saw it alive, and I think we will see it more. I hope not, but I feel like we will see it more here in Kyiv because it's like the main goal of Russian troops, of Putin, and etc. And what I just want to add that I feel it here in Kyiv that all the Ukrainians are hell united. You know, like we feel that we are one nation. Really, we support each other. We support our army, and every day I meet a lot of soldiers, militaries from different regions because it's like part of my job, and they are, how to say, they are like 200% motivated because they feel this support of the like simple citizens, people, like I mean ordinary people. And even when we look at the news, we watch like news and or different videos from YouTube and etc., how like our like Ukrainians in the small cities, in the towns,
Roman,
yeah.
Roman, excuse me, I can join for some minutes because
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
surf, and I will
Давай.
be without video. I think that you sure to the guys that I'm real people, you know me. Today in house of my parents, they catch 2 missiles. My parents alive, it's all right, but it's really. Now I'm serve in military forces, it's all right. And I hear a little bit that Ryan say, and he asked, no, is it real? Yeah, Ryan, it's real. It's real in Kharkiv. Kharkiv not destroyed the whole, but I think close to 30–40% of buildings have some destroyed. Then a lot of missiles in Kyiv, because before I was in Kyiv and I escaped my daughter and my girlfriend across the border from Ukraine. Then maybe some people from this chat say about their home cities, and it's really, really war.
My question is, what is it like? So if you feel safe where you currently are, some of you, can you work? Does anybody work? Where do you get food? How the hell how does that stuff work for day-to-day life? If like with COVID, we had, you could barely go outside and get groceries, and that's just a cough. I mean, it's a big deal. But when you have everything going on like you have in Ukraine, like what do people do? Like you brought up food and people getting desperate and they become uncivilized because on both sides, because they have no food and water. How do you guys, are you separated from your families? If you did leave your home, were you able to bring your girlfriend, boyfriend, wives, parents, dogs, cats, like your whole life?
Life, all the peoples, it's broken, total broken. Nobody, not nobody, maybe 5% of people work at as usual, but it's only stores. It's critical infrastructure that people then made bread. That people which heat buildings at the power station like this, critical structure, then military station. This one work. Another work and another life for people's totally crushed. And all the peoples which lost their work, they try to help another people. It's first point. About where we get the water and the food. Ukrainian nation for now, they try to get close each to other, and somebody go to work and have not some food at home, and somebody live at the villages and have a lot of food, because when you have some plants, you live on the plants. I think that you mean that I know. Part of city compounds, and people help each to other. Somebody cooked food, somebody get food, somebody get water, somebody made logistics from one side and to another. From one side just products, then food for people. I get my daughter and my girlfriend to the border. My girlfriend now in Lviv. My daughter crossed the border, and my ex-wife also with her. My friend from Kyiv also came to Lviv. Now his wife with the little daughter, she's 1.5 years old, get across the border, and he's back to help my sister. Then they cross the border, and he back again to help the army, to help another people for free, of course, get from the border, because a lot of women's and childs need to escape from Ukraine. It's not safe stay here. Not of all have money to escape. Because in Kharkov, in my home city, if you need get to the railway station from some part of Kharkov, it costs close to $100. But before war, it was I think $3 or $5. Службу дуже був радий всіх бачити.
Thank you for attention. Thank you for listening to me. Taras has to go and continue working on his service. Taras, рада була тебе чути. Бережи себе.
Thank you.
Трошечки відео,
Бережи-
так, щоб не було видно, де я саме і тому подібне. Ryan, I say that for now I made a little video because I have special condition. I can show where I am, and so send love all across the world. We stay alive, we help our people, and we're proud that we are Ukrainians. We will win in this war, and after war I want to invite you in Ukraine, and I'm sure that we can make Highline Festival in the center of Ukraine. It will be international festival. Thank you for attention. Bye.
Something I'm saying a lot, like when I follow Twitter, a lot of people are saying, like, are comparing like Ukraine versus things happening in Iraq, Syria, or anywhere else. The main difference is that right now, in territory of Ukraine, we do not have any foreign armies. It's Ukrainian against Russians. And whenever you see any comparisons, like, oh, like Biden and Trudeau, they are feeling so sorry for Ukraine, but they didn't do anything for Syria. There is major difference. Ukrainians protect themselves. We do not have any foreigners fighting for us. And sadly, like also many people say, like, oh, but like Putin didn't have any colonies. He was just he wants to protect Russian-speaking people in Ukraine. It's bullshit, because Russian-speaking people living in Ukraine do not need to be protected. Like Roman here, Taras here, and many other people, like, I'm not mistaken, Russian is their mother tongue, but as you may see here, they do not have Russian flags. They are supporting Ukrainian army. And Taras right now is under like military service. Like we as civilians also are donating money, spending time gathering food and sending it to cities that are under attacks. And it's not, it's different from things happening in the Middle East because of like different forces. We are a sovereign state protecting our borders, and we do not have any internal superpowers. It's like Zelensky, the president of the country, who leads it. It's not Biden, Trudeau, or anyone else. It's not even Boris Johnson. And we have Putin, who wants to make Ukrainians part of Russia, but Ukrainians say, go fuck yourself, we don't want to be Russians.
One second, excuse me, guys. I have a special news. Guys say me about we lost our city Energodar, nuclear power plant in Energodar. And от. І після цього він схопив аптечку, тобто, скоріш за все, що його застрелили, то що телефон.
Добре. Okay, so I'll translate what Taras has just said. There is a city Energodar in the southern part of Ukraine where there is a nuclear power plant. So it's an important part of the country because, you know, nuclear is always a dangerous thing. So people were trying to leave the city, and one of the guys was video streaming how civilians tried to leave the city so people know what's going on. And accidentally, his connection got lost and people just heard shootings on the phone. So right now, no one knows what happened to those civilians, if they are all dead or not. But we know for sure that there are fights for this city. And we also, like, Taras suspected that those people who were live streaming while they were leaving the city are dead. I mean, I cannot confirm it's true because no one can do it. But what is known, that there was a guy live streaming how they leave the city. There were shots, and now he's not live streaming anymore. But yeah.
I have one idea, right? What do you think about if we'll ask guys from Russia maybe to share their feelings about like what's going there?
Putin is crazy, absolutely crazy, and he will not stop by himself. So the only one chance to stop the war is if his closest surrounders will stop him. Some high political ministers, they can stop him because I guess some of them are not such crazy and they understand that this war cannot be won for anyone. Russia cannot fight against all the world, but
how does this impact you guys as civilians in Russia?
So I think in Russia now everyone's scared because we don't know what will happen. Our economic fucked up completely, and I think it's in another way it's good because people start to think. You know, before we don't have news anymore. Today they closed we have only Kremlin. And we don't have another information. And a lot of people who was living in Soviet Union, they thinking what happened, it's not good, but what we can do, you know? And it's super scared to be here right now. They feel guilty about what happened. And in another way, we don't know what to do. Because when we go to the street, it's not working. We're trying it before, you know? And I think everyone looking for what we can do. But in the end, we're staying at home and scared, you know? Yeah, for example, one day before we say, what if you support Ukraine, you will go to prison for 15 years. And people also scared about it. And I think about Russia, we're scared more when you are, because you are in Ukraine, you're together and we support each other. So you can win. We cannot win because we stay and scare and do nothing. So guys, I hope you can win. I believe in you.
So the problem is if Ukraine wins, you're still stuck with Putin.
Yeah, and because all my friends, they leave country right now, you know, like we go to Georgia and I'm also thinking like I need to escape because I don't know how to live in this country anymore, you know, like the country would start to war. It's not the best place to live in. And in another case, like people around the world start to hate us and they have this, I understand them, you know. So also in Russia, in the people who live like normal people, you know, we don't support him. For example, I'm not going to choose him second time. I was against it, but it doesn't work. They do what they want. here.
Yeah. That's why I'm grateful you guys are on the call as well, that this is all geopolitical bullshit and Putin's crazy, not
Yeah.
the people. The people we're all slackliners here on this Zoom call. No one has an issue with each other. I'm grateful that you guys are sharing your stories so people understand how it affects you guys in a real way. The problem is, even if it stops tomorrow, the impact of having your lives basically clusterfuck is going to last for a long time. People have spent their money, they left their homes, they made decisions, their businesses go down, all of this stuff. And so even if it's over today and everyone survives from this point forward, it's still a huge impact. I think this is just horrible, the consequences of everything. Yeah.
Like in the Russia, a lot of people start to think about like third, like World War.
World War.
Oh,
Yeah,
World War III.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Like in another country, what people say about it, like they have the same idea what it can go in this way.
May I add just one little point, please?
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody knows. I think Ukrainians definitely knows. Like I think all of us, yeah, that Belarus is also in the war. Actually, yesterday they joined the war. I mean, official troops, they crossed the border, and actually they are also sending their rockets. I mean, like big rockets to different cities, and it's like official info. I mean, 100%, you can be sure. So we have war. We are like with Belarus and with Russia. So it's very close to the world war. I mean, and we are alone.
Yeah.
But we are hell motivated. Trust me.
It's confusing to me why, like, so many Americans are like, why don't we just go take care of the problem? But
Ryan, I'm sorry for interrupting, but can you hear this?
I hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, right? Like there's so many things they don't tell us, right? And I imagine if people go in and just with every country just goes in and stops Russia, is China going to come in? Is it just going to go, like a big fight in a bar, and it just turns into chaos and everyone talks about the nuke issue. And yeah, we can still hear the siren.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. They're trying to like not make it a full World War III from my perspective, right? They're trying to be like, how little can we do and take care of the problem? Because I'm glad they're careful, right? If everyone just pulled out the big guns, the big nukes right out the gate, we'd all probably be dead. So yeah, I wonder when more countries will step in. It's nice to hear some people are bringing in rockets and trucks and coming to help, but I don't know about the political stuff. I'm not like I said, I'm not super political. It's very interesting to hear you guys living it, really like they're living it. Yeah.
I really don't feel comfortable when you say geopolitical shit, because it's not shit, it's geopolitics, and it matters a lot.
It affects you guys, yes.
It does. And like there are different levels of communication, like country to country, people to people. When it comes people to people communication, Ukrainians are perfectly fine speaking with Russians. However, as soon as it touches our freedom, Ukrainians are eager to protect. And most people, like me included, like I'm safe in Western Ukraine, but I have this next to me. If shit happens, I will kill. And
Yeah.
so I'm speaking this just because it's not shit for us, it's our country. It's not geopolitics. It's not important. In fact, it's very important. Ukrainians do not want somebody else's territory. Just imagine like you're in America trying to invade Canada. Like, really? Why do you need it? You don't need it. You have a huge territory. So Ukrainians feels the same way, but we want to protect it.
When Russia started its aggression 8 years ago, I lost everything, and then I was 18 years old. So I was so young, and I can't do anything. Now I'm 25, so now I want to do everything that I can. If even I need to kill people, I will do it because I want to protect my country and my home. So I lost my home one time. I don't want to do it one more. It's so difficult because I 8 years live without home. So maybe I don't know if in America you know about situation in Donbass that or situation about Crimea. So they take our territories, and I don't see my father 8 years for 8 years. So it's so difficult to live like that. So I start my life again when I was 18. So now I left everything, and I need to start my life again in 25. So now I don't have work, I don't have anything. So I moved to, to another part of Ukraine with one backpack, and that's everything. So it was the same situation 8 years ago. Now we protect each other, everybody help each other. So I'm on the west of Ukraine. We do volunteers work. I do. I help my friends to go through the cities from Kharkiv. I try to keep there safe. I try to find somebody who can host it. We do. I have some friends from Poland who do help for us. My friends with cars, for example, they take some stuff to borders or some stuff to Kyiv, some stuff to army. So everybody helps a lot each other. So that's why I think that we are strong and we can help. Kharkiv now, it's it's like in horror films. Center of Kharkiv, it's nothing. They broke they broke everything. I don't know.
Thank you for sharing that.
It's difficult to say something more. Maybe somebody else wants to say something.
My name is Yulia. I'm from Kyiv, but now I'm not in Kyiv. I and my brother and his wife decided to leave Kyiv on the second day of war because of sleepless night, because you just can sleep because of high level of adrenaline in your blood. And we decided to leave Kyiv, but our parents decided to stay at home and protect their home. And now we are not together, but they are alive, all is okay with them, but we are really worried about them and always are in touch, and every hour ask it, are they okay, and do they have food and electricity and safe places. We went from Kyiv to the little city on the western Ukraine, and usually this way take 7 or 8 hours, but this time because of traffic jams it took 22 hours. We was riding without stopping, just because of traffic jam we need a lot of time to go here.
Hi, Ryan. My
Hi.
name is Ivan. I have one question. I saw a video where another militaries, people from other countries who want to help American militaries too. Do you have information, military from America really want to help us? Do you have information? It's real or it's was made for maybe something? Oh, we want to help us, but we don't know how we do this, and we don't want to do this real. It was made for video. How do you think? Do you have information about this?
What
Thanks.
the expression I get from the news is pro-Ukraine, anti-Russia. Ukraine is standing on their own with like 200% enthusiasm to defend against Putin. Most people want to help. Most people are mad in America that we are not already helping. So I think what you heard is correct. If what I have heard is correct, everyone I talk to in my little world is rooting for Ukraine, pro-Ukraine, but no one knows what to do. Just like our friends in Russia. No, like I am really far away. I don't shoot guns. I'm not in the military. And so it's like, what do people like us do? I don't know. This is all I know how to make YouTube videos, right? So this is my effort to, it's the only thing I do. It's the only thing I ever do. So I was like, and this like meant so much to me that I was like, well, I want to put my Slackline friends on this video and try to title it in a clickbait way so people will watch it, so people will understand and hear real stories from real people who are really scared about what's really going on. There's a lot of people on your side. They're just not there standing next to you with guns yet.
Almost 70% of the military Russian troops are right now here in Ukraine or close to the border with Ukraine. And also, like as I told previously, Belarus is also sending their troops, like yesterday they sent it, and today, and it is continuing. So what you're joking here is like, it's the best time for Russian people and Belarus, like, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, Belarus like people to change their government, you know? Yeah, I know that you can say it's difficult, and yeah, we are Ukrainians, we are united as hell, and Russians maybe not. Yeah, I understand that, but it maybe there will be never better situation for you to change something in your countries. I mean, like in Belarus or in Russia, because almost all troops, they are here, you know, in Ukraine. Come on, like that's it. It's just somehow not. I'm sorry. I'm talking. Yeah.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Like, guys, do you remember what happened in Belarus like 1 year ago? You remember what it was? Like, how many people let's go to the street, like protest and everything, and like.
But right now, all the military.
The people in prison, like a lot of people in prison who go to the streets and nothing changed. Like, I know, I agree with you. Like, I go to protest, I'm trying to do something, but I don't know what to do. Seriously, I can go to the street and I go to the street. And we're trying to do, make our small things, you know, to make some banners, what we against the wars. Like, but seriously, I don't.
What I feel like it's a great idea for online course for Ukrainians how to protest right. When you go on the street, don't forget a couple of bricks and stones to throw at military. If there is one military and 3 protestants, you can kick him. If there are 1-to-1, you have to run away. But basically, what Ukrainians are really good at, we are hell good at fighting for our freedom. I completely agree with you, Ira, what you're saying, what happened in Belarus. It was a disaster. However, right now, the whole forces are in Ukraine, are next to Ukraine, and people who were beating Belarusians, they are also next to Ukraine. So what I will just finish my thought. Yeah. Something like Ukrainians were not afraid to die. And if you remember, the Revolution of Dignity ended up with more than 100 people killed, not threatened, but killed. So this is basically the main difference between protest in Ukraine versus Russia or Belarus.
Yeah, that's true.
We are standing till the end.
I'm completely agree with you. Like, if you want to make a revolution, you need to be ready to die. But I think here, no one ready to die, you know? It's a problem. Like, we don't like Putin. And another problem, like, you know, it surprised me. Before what happened, I was thinking what it's a lot of people who don't like him. But recently, it's like 60% of Russians who like not agree with war, but who say, okay, we will stay and do nothing, you know?
Maybe even 70.
Yeah, maybe 70. So it's not a lot of us in the streets when we go. It's like few people, you know, who disagree. And like, if you see only few people around you, you're not starting to fight. I think it's a problem.
Yeah,
all the
civilian.
armors with government. We have no any armor. We have less people and absolutely no armor. So we can fight against the government. They have a lot of policemen, a lot.
Yeah, you cannot
Thousands.
imagine how much they have. Like we have an army inside the country.
Yeah,
it's true.
Army, special army against the people.
Like yeah, the people who go to the street without weapons, without everything. But if you, for example, Koля, he was in a demonstration. He was screaming like "Stop war!" and police came to him like take him. Put hand in his mouth, what to make silence him, and go to police station. So you're right. You need to fight for your freedom, but we don't have a lot of support around us to fight.
The problem is in Ukraine, you can put on social media and share with your friends that you support Ukraine, and everyone's like, "Yes, support Ukraine. Yes, support Ukraine." You can build this momentum. You try that in Russia, you get somebody knocking on your door.
Yeah, it's true.
Somebody you don't want knocking on you. So it's really hard to probably coordinate from within. And if they have 70% of their military, that means they still have 30% of their military plus all the police. Like if we had 30% of our military in United States, it would, I don't know how to stand up against my own government. I do not know how to stand up against my own government. It's hard. It's crazy how many normal loving people are affected by crazy leaders.
It's true. Don't think what we are all bastards who want you to die. It's not like this. We really support you. And like in my case, I want you to win and like stop this bullshit. What's happening? It's not bullshit. It's really serious thing. So I hope you can stop it.
I have another option for you. If you like freedom and you want to fight, come here and fight with us here. If you can't fight there or you're scared to fight in Russia, okay, we can get there. Get it, because now we have an international, how to say it, like military formation. If you don't want to kill people, okay, you shouldn't. Come here and volunteer. I mean, help us here, not in Kyiv, but maybe in the western, like on the west of Ukraine. There are many people who need support. I mean, like, because Polina can say more because she is now, and I think also other girls, they are on the west of Ukraine and they can say you the real situations there. So we need hell a lot of help here. And also at the end of the war, we will need a lot of help to reconstruct Ukraine. We invite you.
I do have Russian friends living in Ukraine, working in Ukraine, fighting for Ukraine, who are Russians with Russian passports, and they are welcome here.
For example, if I decide to come, it's easy for me to like cross the border to Ukraine, like if I'm a Russian and I'm like now in Russia. So for me, it's possible like to cross the border, because before the war, it was like more impossible. It was super hard. How it's like, how's the situation right now?
It wasn't impossible. I had friends and colleagues at my work who were like traveling from Russia to Ukraine easily. I mean, COVID made all the things more difficult, but normally Ukraine and Russia had visa-free regime, and you were able to travel wherever you want with no limitations. I don't know, maybe right now, like today or tomorrow, it's not the right time because there are fightings and bombings and shellings at borders. But generally speaking, like if you don't feel like living in Russia right now is a great place to be, just go away. If you don't feel like you're surrounded by people who share the same values as you, maybe it's time to change for something else.
Yeah, I invite someone, because I have a lot of place in my. I have one flat, one room, but I have a lot of space in my heart and my apartment.
You can hang slackline hammocks everywhere. Slackline hammocks all over.
Ryan, I invite, if you want, you can join to me too. Come to here. We have big lines in near my apartment. You could see 140 meters high line in meteor. You could see. If you want, you can help us to win this war.
And in between fighting, we can get on your high line.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you a lot.
Realistically, I don't think that's possible. I have a family in Russia. It's been difficult contacting them and telling them about what's happening, but realistically, I don't think that's an option today to cross the border from Russia to Ukraine. Possibly you will be marked, and when you do return to Russia, you will be dealt with in some way. I don't think that's the right idea. Of course, if you want to leave Russia and live abroad, it's yeah, you need to get the hell out of Russia right now. But I don't think it's really a chance to get out now and fight with alongside with Ukrainian forces.
When you come to Crimea, which was occupied by Russia, and you knew it, how it was to go there, like highlines there, on our Ukrainian territory. Maybe you don't. I know. Maybe like all of you who are here.
I do.
Don't.
I do. I don't think too much about it actually. When Russia take Crimea, I was thinking about it's bad, you know, like because everyone in Russia was happy in this time. We was thinking about what Crimea it was our land before, and another people think the same in this way. But in this time, I was thinking about it's bad. But times passed, you know, it's 1 year passed, 2 years passed, 3 years passed, and it was like, so you have some place where you used to be before. And because I used to be in Crimea a lot of times, when I was a child, we go with my parents like to live in Crimea in summertime. So I go to Crimea like usually. I know what it's, we occupy this place, but maybe I was selfish, you know, but it was like 3 years passed, like we don't have war in this time. And it was like, I visit my friends, also Ukrainian, who was living there. Like, I don't know, like how it's feel.
What does Russian slackline community feel about all the situation right now? I mean,
right now, everyone,
yeah.
Everyone like terrified and post some stuff in Instagram. Like what happened in Ukraine right now? Because like in our TV we don't have information, so we're trying to post something what really happened, not what Kremlin say. And we like everyone terrified, don't like it, want to help, don't know what to do, and like win your side if I can say like this. Like everyone thinking what Putin is crazy, you know, and what he's doing, it's like, it's not normal. People don't want to have war at home. We don't need to die. And it's like 21st century. It's not normal.
If you support on social media, verbally, outwardly, Ukraine, what will Russia government do? Do they censor you? Do they retaliate? Do you get hell later if Ukraine loses? They're not going to lose, but if they lost, like, does Russia just come and smash you if you support Ukraine? If you live in Russia,
they can arrest us if they can do. It's about 70% who like Putin and. Putin still have police army, and they have armor. Cannot do anything against them. We can protest. We can walk the streets. We can scream. Not war. Do not a lot effect. So we cannot take guns or anything like this, even bricks, because we will just get in prison for many years. But we protest, and we will protest. And we will do some, we use our reading skills, we will do some.
Yeah, we're working on it right now.
Is it safe for you to be in a Zoom meeting pro-Ukraine?
We don't know yet.
Which meeting? Zoom meeting.
Yeah, here.
Turn around.
If it's dangerous for us, was dangerous already.
While Koля keeps silence. I just want to ask Ira and all of you, like guys from Russia, I mean slackliners. I have read that if you support like Ukraine position in Russia, you can get 20 years in prison. Is it true?
It's true.
Something about
Like,
this, yeah.
It's true. Like if you send money, it's 20 years. If you like say something in protest, it can be 15 years.
And now I work for IT Army, like information front. So I know that there is so much propaganda in Russia. So I know it from 2015. So I know that lots of people don't know what happened really, because on TV you see not true. It's right, yes.
Yeah, it's completely right. And for example, I have fights with my mom and with like her friends because they have these crazy ideas about what happened. It's like, it's not okay, but stay silent. For example, my mom, she called me and told me like, don't go to protest because it's like, you can be in prison after it. And I understand that she's worried about me, but still, you know, so it's, you fight with parents because they're watching TV with another people. And yeah, it's like this, like people, we don't know what happened in the real world. We don't have any like, I would say, for example, before we have like two радио. Как это сказать по-английски? Что у нас больше нету.
I try to translate you. It's like that Russian media closed already almost. Just state media is open, and of course it's like totally disinformation about everything this in Russia. It's all your names like Medusa and so on. Because I don't know these channels, you can just tell it like not state. No, yes, not government. Social.
Yeah.
Yes, it's closed already. Yes.
Yeah, it's already closed. Like in YouTube, probably you can watch it.
Today, they have a second negotiation between our president and Putin, between Zelensky and Putin, and what Putin said, he said that 7,000 died people, Russians. Yes, it's okay. It's on the plan. I was shocked. Really, I was.
He is, you know, he's crazy, like really crazy, because I don't know what to say. Like he don't care about people in this country. He gives a fuck about us, you know.
It's really genocide against his own nation, and of course, your media will not show this these negotiations, this news. What he said about his plans. I will try to send this. If I yes, I will find and I'll send in chat this post about this.
Thank you a lot.
From Poland. Hi, Tanya. Do you have information? Do you have in Poland about this situation? Something about this?
Yes, I can. So in Poland, everyone tried to help Ukrainian people, and yesterday we meet one girl from Kyiv, and all my friends have offered their house for people from Ukraine, and now Ukrainian people can use transport for free in Poland, and medical hospitals offered for free. So it's very big support to Ukrainian people. Мой парень, который работает в IT, его фирма передала.
I can translate it because in two reasons. Understand Tanis is 100%, and second one, I also cooperate with Polish people as a volunteer, and I know really all this reality is true. It's true that Poland very support us, and it support us as much as he really can. They sent a lot of money to our support. They sent, like, for example, his boyfriend's, her boyfriend's company, IT company, sends for in our support $50,000. Yes,
$50,000.
It is not the only one case and situation. It's a lot of people who sent much more money or how much they can. They try to collect for us a lot of medicine, a lot of ammunition. I try to translate as I understand it. And they also open for us a border, allow for us to stay as a citizen of Europe for 3 years.
Some of my friends from Poland, like a Polish man, they even want to go to the war. I don't know if it's a good decision for them, but yeah, many of them, they want to go.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for taking the part of your evening to do this with me.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Yeah, I
Thank
hope
you,
you guys.
everyone.
I hope you guys stay safe, and I hope this is over soon.
Ryan, see you. See you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Guys.
Bye.
Thank you for
Yes.
taking the effort.
Yeah, thank you,
so
Ryan.
much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.